Yo guys, Player1 here. I'm excited to be back. Just before we start, I've just announced that I was going full time into content creation. So I'm excited to be back here. Today we're gonna go over a new Cypher guide. It's gonna be on the map Ascent. I'm not gonna take much more of your time. We're gonna jump straight into it. So today we're gonna see Cypher on Ascent attack side and defender side. We'll start by going over the attack and then the defender side. So first of all, what you gotta know is that Cypher, just like in Split, is excels at working the extremities of the map. And that's what we're gonna be looking at. We'll be looking towards mid a bit, but I will be way more focused. This guy is gonna be way more focused onto the extremities of the map. So we're gonna start towards B here. We're gonna start with the trips. So the trips I use is either this one, right before the barrier goes down, or you can use this one. The thing is, if you use this one, it might get broken by any Sova spamming this wall right here with an Ares or an Odin. It's just gonna be like just shooting like this, and you might break it. You might also get spam if you stand in the doorway. So what I would recommend you is never be open from the doorway right away, because there's a high chance that you're gonna get spam. What I usually do whenever any Sova keeps breaking this is that I wait a bit until the round goes in, and I just put it a bit more further into the main. So this strip right here, it's really good. It's not jumpable by any means unless there's character like Raze, Jet, Yoru, or Omen that could TP over it, and you're just gonna get the info way more quickly when it gets broken if you're in tiles. And this strip, I would usually do it if, let's say, we say that we're rushing B, I would use this strip right here. So now, so yeah, those are the two good trips for B. And now that we've gotten over this, we're gonna go over on how we're gonna take B main. So essentially, what your job is as Cypher is just taking the control of this area. So it's just having the control of B main. This way you add pressure to the B anchor, but also to the rotator who's playing market and or on site, or the anchor that plays city spawn or whatever who is inside. Like, them knowing someone can be in B main or he is in B main, it's just that they gotta look at it. They just cannot leave B like this, because you're just gonna make your way in and you're gonna be winning rounds by yourself. So the way to do it, well, there's two main way that I would usually do it. Is the first one is I would usually just jump and put my cam as high as I can on this kind of logo here, the Serene, and so yeah, so you would just pop your cam right away. You can even see if there's anyone stairs. So yeah, if you use this one, there's no one that can creep in B main without you seeing him. You'll have to shoot the cam if you pop it, right? So as soon as you put down your cam, you just open it, and you know that there's no one else on the right. So you don't even have to clear it. You know it's clear. So yeah. So this is the first cam I use, and if I don't see anyone and no one spamming, I would usually just, like, what they do is that Sova's most likely gonna be reconning here. You just break the recon, and then there's nothing in B main, so you can just jump spot here the corner, because you're gonna be afraid of the op. Because if there's any op posted here, he's gonna shoot you like right away. So you've got two ways to deal with it. Either you jump spot like this, you might die like this, or you just throw a cage like this, and you just use the cage for yourself. Like, you can just wait until it goes down, but you know right clear just to take the control of this pretty much. Or the cam that you do is, if you expect an op to be B, I would usually put the cam just right here. So as soon as the barrier goes down, you just put the cam, and you have the control of this op angle. And if there's any jet oppers, any oppers actually, just shoot them with the cam, and they'll shoot the cam and they're gonna run away because they're tagged. And now you can make your way up into B main. And once the oppers move, you can just jump, throw a cage right here, and then start walking up and clearing this corner right here. So once this is done, you've got control of B main, and that's all you need. Sometimes this is where experience comes in, is that you'll know when to stay in B main, and you'll know when to leave B main, in the sense that, is your lurk actually valuable for the team? Does it have impact? Well, it depends on how your team is going over the map. I would say that in rank, since it's a bit less coordinated than team environment, what you want to do is, if you want to lurk and be main, just make sure that your team is kind of heavy towards either mid or A, so that you can actually hear the rotation goes out. So if you hear anyone like starting to run side and start leaving B, it could also be the market guy that starts leaving, you're gonna hear them. And honestly, what I would usually do is I would just start jiggle picking these kind of angles, and I would just take enough angle like this, and you're gonna hear the guy on the side starting to run out towards A, and you'll catch him like, because he would usually run like this, and as soon as he is near to this, he's just gonna turn back and like this, and you might have the chance in a big off angle here to actually kill him. So if you're too wide like this, the chances are that he's just gonna jiggle peek you before leaving. So he's just gonna do this like that. Oh, you might see you, might win the fight, or you might just go back on site. So if you catch him right in the open around here, he has nowhere to run. You're basically forcing him into the fight, so you might kill him right here, and you might lose the fight. You might lose the fight as well, but the odds of you winning this fight is way greater than you winning this fight like this, because this is such a common spot where people are just gonna jiggle this every time, and could even just be jump spotting. So yeah, just try to hold this off angle whenever you lurk. And if you see that your team is not getting anything towards A or mid, you're just gonna help him out, or you can try to be a bit more aggressive and actually look for a pick. You can take back your cam as well and start camming like outside B like this, and yeah, and just be a self-sufficient Cypher in the sense that everything is situational, and you're just gonna be impactful for your team. Just try to apply some pressure, and if your team has A, please do not stay in B main. Please try and lurk mid. Your goal is just gonna be lurking mid and try to go late cat, or just cut off any rotation going through mid to go up through the stairs, and you might just kill people in their back. Just here. But if your team starts dying towards A on the bomb side because the enemy team is just peeking heaven, and they're just dying all from heaven, well, you just gotta run and try to get back in time for your team and help them. So that's pretty much how you work B main. Honestly, it's pretty straightforward. We're gonna move to A main now. I'm just gonna pick up back my cam and these strips. Alright, so for A main, again, it's pretty straightforward. The two good trips I would use is this one. This one is the standard one. It's not jumpable by any means. You cannot jump here anymore, so it's pretty much it's really the safest trip, and it's the best, I think, in this map for attacker side. And I would use this sometimes whenever I want to have early info that someone's pushing A. I would use this trips right here on the box. And what's fun with this trip is that it's actually really hard to break without hitting the trip. So like in lower ranks, you can see people. I remember playing some unrated and putting this trip and just stay behind this box and just spam whoever is getting caught in my trip. But yeah, that's just a little gimmicky. But let's say that you're starting A by yourself. Again, your job is just to apply some pressure, make yourself known that you've got control of all of this. So I think there's two main ways to do it. The first is, if the enemy team or the enemy omen keeps smoking this, just jump into the smoke, try to do it silently, and just pull up your cam like this. And this is gonna be smoked, remember? So you're not gonna be open by anything, and you just put your cam as far as possible on the wall, and you can even clear one enemy main at the same time. So this way, you've got all control of A main. There could be an op posted right here. It doesn't matter. You just jump back, and you just look at this little greeting here on the blue building, and you just jump through a cage right there, and you pop your cage, and now you've got control of all of A main. So you can just lurk out behind this cage. You walk here, you clear this, and you can stay here. And again, you do the same job as B. Whereas I would not recommend crossing to this side because you'll have to use your second cage to actually cross back. So I would usually not trust to aim in to wine anyway because you cleared it with your cam. So you can just be taking like little fights like this if you're confident that there's no ops on the enemy team, and you might actually kill one. You might actually see someone jump spotting behind this. You can shoot some bullets in this to actually wall the guy and have cheap damage on the guy just jump spotting like this. So yeah, so that's pretty much how you take A main if Omen keeps smoking this. If not, it's pretty simple. You start the run on this box, you jump cam this, and you've got this old cam for A main. And if they contest A main by any means, like sometimes you'll see like Phoenix flash this or Reyna or Jet, and they're just gonna break your cam. And then, well, there's nothing much you can do by yourself now. Like, if they contest a main, there's no way you can... Don't try and force it. If they're taking a main by themselves, it's either you're gonna call your teammates in, your Sova, to drone and try to clear it with your teammates. Or, you just stay passive. You stay passive behind this box. It could be here as well. You just watch for any pushes. You aim for the head, you get the headshot, the first blood, and then your only job is to fall back. You're in a man advantage. It's 5v4. You're good, and your job is done. It's 5v4. You got the guy that actually pushed, and you punished him, and that's all you had to do. And now you just you regroup with your team, and you hit either A or B or through mid. It's always situational. As for mid, it was pretty simple. Honestly, on these extremities, try both these ways to actually take A main and B main, and you'll see that most of the time you won't even need your teammate to actually take control of these, because the enemy team won't be contesting it. And if they do, all you gotta do is watch the pushes. Same thing for B. If the enemy team likes to push B, nothing prevents you from just watching. Just have an off angle like this and just watch the pushes, and someone's gonna walk into your crosshair and you're gonna get the first blood, and that's how you actually get away with the first blood. Now let's talk a bit about mid. So it's pretty simple, honestly. It's either you're gonna be starting tiles or top mid. I really like starting tiles because I can just put this strip right here and then just put this cam right on this wall. So I just watch over cat. Okay, there's nothing cat. I would ask my Omen to smoke mid, and I would jump through a cage onto cat. So with this cage, it allows you to just walk out of mid. There's a smoke mid as well, and you can either go cat or you can try to creep through the mid smoke and try to get a pick. But this is dangerous, but again, it's gonna come with time where the experience is gonna tell you that, yeah, it's a good play actually walking it there, because let's say the enemy team aggress towards A or B, there's a small chance someone will be close mid, and even if someone close mid, not if someone's close mid, but your Sova, most often than not, your Sova is gonna be like reconning close mid as well, so you'll know if someone's around here, and you can use your second cages to throw it towards lamp, and just come and clear pizza by yourself, and even you could try to get a fight in market, but it's up to you, and you could just lurk mid as well. So let's say your team is hitting A or B, you could just be sitting here and just try to cut off any rotation, either come in through cat, if your team's playing B, or if anyone's trying to rotate towards market, towards lamp, you're gonna hear them run, and you'll just be able to. You can just hold this passive angle, and as soon as you hear them running, you try and pick him, right? So the guy is just gonna be running from market to go A and help them, but actually you're just sitting either in mid like this and ready to kill someone, or you're just playing this up angle right here. If anyone pushes mid, or if you hear them run back, you just pick him and you kill him. So that's the way you can lurk towards mid. So yeah, honestly, it's pretty much it for CYPHER on the attack side. There's the only thing is that you can start top mid as well. I just forgot my cam real quick. So you start top mid with CYPHER. You've got two good cams where the only one is just jumping on this wall right here. You're gonna see if there's anyone trying to op here, if there's anyone peeking cat as well. So yeah, so this is pretty much a standard cam to see if there's any aggression towards mid, or you can just put this cam right here. It does the same thing, you just get a lot more information, as you can see, into mid right away, but this cam will most likely get broken by the mid player, or even like the cat player in the off angle right here. So yeah. So once this is done, if there's nothing aggressing and you want to take mid by yourself, again you ask for your smoker to smoke down mid. And what I would usually do is either you can jump spot before the smoke, but I would usually not do it. But honestly, it's kind of safe if you know how to actually jump spot by counter strafing mid-air. Because I'm strafing left. Let's say that how to jump spot, alright? So what you do is you hold A and W like this, and you jump, right? So it looks like this, but then you hit the counter strafe key, and then S, the backward key. So you kind of do a circle midair, and the fastest you do it, the better your jump is gonna look like, and it's gonna be more efficient. One of the best pro that I see do this often is Dapper. Dapper plays a lot on CYPHER, and you'll always see him jump spotting like this. Not top mid, but let's say he's anchoring A. It'd be just like this. It would just jump spot on a corner and just get early information instead of using his cam. And this is something that is highly valuable for your team. You just get free info, basically. You're not gonna get killed, you might get shot a bit, but you won't get killed. Alright, so this is done. So you see nothing mid, there's a smoke down mid as well, nothing speaking cat. You can just jump sub Rosa, throw a cage mid-air, and you can make your way through mid again. And you're just lurking by yourself, and again, you're just applying pressure towards mid. And you can pick back your cam up and just use it through mid if you actually want to use it. But this is gonna call you, if you do this, your lurk is not gonna be as effective because people will hear you use your cam. So I would usually don't retake my cam, but it's up to you. You can retake your cam, but just don't use it again and use it again in pause plan or whatever. And if you lurk through mid and your team has a really good entry towards A or B, and you're by yourself mid, you can just sit in this corner right here and just hold mid or anyone trying to flank, or you can catch any A player just jumping down mid and trying to flank B, and you'll just kill him, right? So yeah, there's a lot to do. There's a lot you can do on CYPHER, on ASCENT, on attack, but it's pretty much straightforward, and honestly, he's a pretty fun character to use on ASCENT. Alright, we're gonna go to defender side now. And we're gonna start by talking about ASCENT in general on defense. So, as you can see, there's actually only 4 choke points into the map, right? So, there's the A main choke point, there's the cat choke point, the mid choke points, and the B choke point. So there's essentially only 4 places the enemy can go. What's fun with CYPHER and Killjoy is that you can use some either an alarm bot or a trip in mid right away. And what I would recommend is using this trip every round until they break it, until they realize that you've been tripping this trip every round, because this enables your team to actually stack either on a side or stack 3 and just look at the choke point together and be stronger there or on B as well. And until they break this this strip right there, well, you guys don't have to worry about mid. That's actually really super useful, because you can actually, again, you can make a teammate lean towards something else than mid and just be there to support the rest of the team. So I would usually trip this. If Sova starts breaking it by his shock darts, you can try and trip this instead. It's gonna... I'm not sure why it's not working. Yeah. Okay, or you can trip this as well if he starts like shock darting this, but this one just enables the guy to go in market, so not market but pizza, so you're just gonna be aware of it. But yeah, so essentially you try to trip mid every round on defense until they start picking up that, until they become aware that you're tripping this. So once they become aware of this, they're just gonna start breaking it every round, and that's when you stop tripping mid. Alright, so so we're gonna talk about B now. So I really like anchoring both A and B on this map as CYPHER. The best camera you can have for B is this one, 100%. So to do it, you're just gonna pick up your cam and jump off the wall and put it like as close as the wall as you can. So this camera will never get broken. It will never get broken, honestly. Like if you just stay on it, I'm telling you, it's not gonna get broken. And what's fun with it is that you can actually incur B by yourself, because so if anyone tries to be sneaky and try to lurk in, they'll never see your cam, and you'll see them. So you'll be able to catch them off guard. Let's say that you play stairs and the guy tries to walk in. Well, as soon as he's like right in the open, you tag him and he's gonna look back for the cam, and you just try it. Don't swing too wide so you're not open from the main. Just swing as wide as you need to kill the guy, so you don't get traded by the B-man guys. So yeah, so you can do this, or you just can. Or you can tell your market guy, just pinging, hey, there's someone out B, just kill him. It's trying to sneak up on you. And that, honestly, that happens. That happened a lot in version 1 where, and Gen G, where I used this cam and I could call up this. My favorite trips on B are, this one is essential, I think it's the best one. So it covers both the lane cross and the boat cross, the switches cross. And you can even like play either market with it. It's gonna, anyone market will be able to spam anyone beside this through this smoke into your trip, and the same goes for you or your teammate that plays CT spawn. This trip is really good. I also like this one as well whenever the other team likes to play rush B and like to go this way instead of lane. So yeah, the best cages on this side, and I think one of the best is definitely, you look up here at the sky and you see there's going to be a red building and a black square right here. And you crouch into this corner, so I'm crouched. You aim at this, so with a rifle you can even sit, and you throw your cage. So it's going to make a one-way in this door. And anyone going out from a one-way knows you're kind of fucked if you go out in a one-way. Because you can sit there and you're going to see all their feeds. You're just going to be able to shoot anybody going through the cage. Anyone going through a one-way is essentially really scared of going through the one-way. So you've got this cage. You can use this cage as well. So you just have to throw it like beside the window right here, and just use it, and you can play around it. You could play in the cage, you could play outside the cage. What I like to do is have this cage, and you're gonna hear a lot of people just running lane, and as soon as the last one you hear, just walk behind them, and you can shoot like 2 or 3 guys in the back by just walking behind the cage. When you heard them like go through the cage, and you shoot them in the back. This cage right here allows you mainly two things. First of all, it allows you to spam any people going in your trips safely into your cages, right? Either you play stairs or city spawn, but that's essentially its role. So what this cage allows you to do, if anyone tries to help you, you're playing on site, let's say, and one of your teammates wants to help you, you can pop this cage for him, so he can actually, because this is gonna be smoke, and it can just run in through your cage and try to pick up your lane if you're playing like backside, because you've been forced to play backside. So yeah, and it allows you to play around there and just play through your cage and spamming people and make play with the sound that you have. Like, let's say demon is smoke, you can just come out after a teammate's flash, whatever, and you just come out of your cage. So this is how you play like interface. You can either play air, you can play air, you can play air, you can play stairs as well. I like to play CT spawn too whenever my old team is like really, when they're stacking A, you're just playing retake, right? A really good retake setup are these cages right here. So you come here, you aim at the corner of this flying rock right there. You crouch and you throw a cage, and you come here at the start of the round, and you. Hey, whoa! I'm not sure why this one didn't work. Alright. So you just shoot it in between these two little gray things, and I would usually do it on pistol round where I go light shield, classic. I use one trip. I use this one trip right here, and I use this cam or this cam. I use this cam on the wall. And what this allows you to do is, let's say that they're rushing B, you'll get a free kill through with this trip right here. Someone's gonna get caught, you're gonna shoot the guy, and you wait for your team, and as soon as your team is ready and the bomb's planted, you pop your can, you can clear, you can see if there's anyone on lane, and you can also see if there's anyone in the boat area. The only thing you're gonna be worried about is that your teammate needs to be to clear logs, right? So they're just gonna clear this, or you can just use this cam. You could just push this cam right here as well. It's gonna clear all of it. honestly, it's up to you. The retake cam is up to you. So whenever your team is ready to go in, you just pop both cages, and well, before that you pop the cam, you call them where they are, you ping them, and you pop both them cages, and what it does is that it prevents the enemy team from playing backside essentially. Whoa. So yeah, so there's no way they can play backside and be of help to their team. They're running out in one ways essentially. So they're pretty good, pretty good gauges for a B retake. So yeah, that's usually how I play B. I have some setup on site, whereas I can put trips in stairs. I can put trips on lane. What I like is playing one trip here, having a cage here, having a cage in front of me, having a trip here as well. And I would usually just play, I would put my cam on this wall. I would see anybody like trying to lurk from B, and if it's a rush, man, this is the best case scenario. This is where you get 4k. They rush your lane, you pop the cage, play like this, you kill anyone that hits your trip, try to get one more even if you feel confident to do so. And if you're overwhelmed, you pop this cage, one's gonna probably hit this trip right here on the jump out, and you kill him as well, and you can try to play like backside like this and try to go for a third or fourth kill. So yeah, so those are kind of tricks that you can use on B. I like playing stairs as well. A good setup for stairs is having this cage right here and a cage the one way essentially. And you have a trip right here, and you have a trip like the trip I showed you. And if they come out B, you can cage this, you wait for the spam, you kill the guy that actually gets caught into your trip right here, and you can keep playing stairs unless you hear them running lane. And if it's a split B, what's fun with this trip is that you can play here, and if they split B, they're gonna get caught for sure in this trip. This trip is so strong, whereas the enemy team can just run out and hit the trip, and you'll be able to kill him. So yeah. So this is it about B. There's a ton of stuff you can do with CYPHER. What I like to do as well is just to play around the cage. Like I said, you don't have to go through the cage. You can just play next to it. There's a ton of shit you can do with CYPHER, honestly. A good cam as well is at the start of the round. Just put your cam here, and you can have early B main info, and if no one's there, you can just tell your team, yo guys, lean A, be quiet, there's nothing in B main. And when you do this, essentially you're gonna have 4A, and you're gonna play B retake, and you can either play like B retake from mid, and you can just play in mid or air. Who cares about B? You can push it, or you can just get off it and grab mid, and there's gonna be 4 of your team on A ready to receive the pop or the side take. So yeah, this is it. There's one way to play mid, which I think is really funny. It's something that I really like to do with my teams, is that as soon as the round starts, you pop your cam on this, like next to the shield, yeah, okay. You pop it on the shield like this. You look downward like this, and you throw a cage. So essentially, as soon as the barrier goes down, you put it on the shield, throw your cage, and you chill like this, just like that, right? And as soon as someone walks in mid, you pop the cage, and you can shoot him with the cam if you're by yourself, and he's gonna look back, and you'll be able to kill him. Or what I like to do is having an omen right here. You could play either here to flash this whole lane from ear to ear, or if you play scat, you can be here like this with his flash in his hand, but this guy needs to make sure that someone is actually spotting for him so he doesn't get killed, right? So I'd just recommend having Omen either in this corner or in this corner to flash your mid. But yeah, so as soon as you see someone walk in mid, as soon as he's in mid, you can even let him like try to commit a bit more, and as soon as he's in, you pop it, you call for the flash, he gets flash, and you know which side he is because you know it from the cam, so you get a free kill like this. All right, the hey. Well, we're started by 3. It's really rare that I play 3 with CYPHER, but I've got a setup that's really fun to play with. One is just having a trip next to this, and essentially what you do is you've got this like that, and you've got a cam. Whoops, my cam. You just have a cam like on this wall right here, and you're essentially playing. You can play a retake like this, and you have these two trips right here. So you have one cage here, one trip here, one trip here, and you have your cam on this wall. And all you gotta do is you can jump spot scat, or you can just jiggle peek it, and as soon as you start hearing shit out A main, what's fun is that if this is not smoked, you can pop your cage and shoot anyone that gets hit by the strip. So you get a free kill here if anyone gets hit by the trip, and if it's a split, you pop this cage as well, and you might have a free kill again into this strip. But your goal is not to die. So you're playing around your cages and around the enemy smoke. And this cam is really good even if you're gonna be anchoring. I also like using this trip as well. If mid trips keep getting broken, keep your trips and play an anchor with them. This is a really fun setup to do. Whereas you've got two kill trips here, and you have two cages right here that you can play around, and you just sit in this corner the whole time, and you've got control a cat with the scam. So if anything starts going off towards B, well, you can tell your team to lean towards B, and you just sit in L, and you've got both control of garden, because no one can go garden unless I don't know, you're gonna see anyone going garden with the scam. And if they come on you, honestly, it's really fun to anchor a CYPHER with two kill trips and cages. So you pop your cages, you kill like one or two guys through your trips, and you play around your cage, you re-pop your second cage, you just keep moving, and you keep having off angles. So let's say that you kill two guys into your trips, or only one. The first off angle you're gonna use is this one, so you're gonna kill a guy like this, then you're gonna reposition and you're gonna kill another guy like this, or you can even start like this. And well, this cage is not really good. What I really like to do is having that cage that actually covers the whole thing. So it covers both, like it covers dice, covers gen, and covers a bit of health, so you can actually play more around it. And most often than not, you're gonna get two. You might also kill someone running gen, because one of these strips you can use it here as well, or you can even use it here. Whenever I use this strip, I like to play on this side, because anyone that gets caught into this strip, you can wall them through this wall, and it's just essentially another free kill. The thing is, whenever you do this strips, you're gonna be really aware of someone just swinging on the right side, and that's what you're doing basically. So you've got two of your cages here again, this strip here, and you hold left, and as soon as you keep holding left, you're gonna kill anybody that comes left, and as soon as someone hits your trip next to you, you're gonna shoot him through the wall. And if the enemy team starts to slow down, you can just stalk to the box and re-pop your cam, and you'll know what to call and what's going on. So yeah, that's pretty much it for A. Honestly, you can do a ton of things again with these. You can also something really fun as well, and really tilting, is you buy an iris, use both of these strips, and I even use this strip like more around here, like this, and anyone that gets caught into your trip, you can spam them. So you're gonna get 3 kill right here on second round if you buy an iris and you've got your 2 trips. Those are really fun trips, really gimmicky. So yeah. What you can do as well is a really good one-way towards cat, whereas as soon as you start the round, you come in the garden and you put a trip here on this flower pot like this. You go on the first gray brick, so this one, and you aim at the other gray brick, you crouch, and you throw one cage here. You can even throw both, but I would usually only throw one. I would throw one on this edge of the entrance. I will put my cam right here, and I will use the second trip right here. Whoops. So what you okay, so yeah, so your cam's already up here, and as soon as you see something flying across cat, could be a drone, could be anything, If it's a drone, it kind of fuck up your play, but if it's a player or anything, a flash, you just pop the cam as soon as you see something coming in, and as soon as you pop the cage, you're gonna have a one-way where you'll get, most likely you get a kill in your trip because no one like is expecting a trip on the flower pot, and you might get two. If you get two, that's perfect. You can pop this cage and even play like close to brick, and you can just cross on the other side and just come in and just close door maybe, and someone else might try to swing you and he's gonna hit your trip. So yeah, so essentially there's a lot of things you can do with Cypher. You can play Gen with this. You just gotta be, again, just be creative with the setup you do. Like if you know they're gonna split cat on you, you can use this strip and play dice. You can have a cage right here and just have both cage right here and play around your trips and around Gen, and just playing with your cam as well. If it's higher, you'll see a lot more thing. Yeah. Whenever I use this one way on cat, one thing not to forget is that a lot of times Sova will recon on this wall, so you're gonna ask your teammate to break this recon for you. But yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much it for the Cypher guide, guys. I think the only thing I might have been missing that I'd like to add, I'll take out my cam again, is that whenever your trip's starting to get broken towards mid, you can just use this scam here on the AC, and you just use the scam and it does the same shit as your trip pretty much, but you play off contact with someone else on your side. So let's say you play B, you can play either I'd say don't play logs, you're gonna get naded or mollied or whatever, but you can play like you could play stairs and stay on your cam and have this. It would be essentially the best to have your second trip right here. And yeah, and you have a teammate that plays either lane or CT spawn that just spots the cross or anything, that he has contact on site, so you don't get shot while you're on your cam. So you just use your cam as like your trip. It's not gonna get broken unless someone comes really deep into mid, and it just enables you to control mid without really worrying about it. So yeah. So this is it, guys. Hope you enjoyed the guide. Catch me on Twitter, catch me on Twitch. I'm playing every day now, and I'll see you next time. Peace out.